Have you ever felt like you're the only one struggling with motherhood? Well, you're not alone. In this episode of Millennial Mothers, we're getting real about something that many moms go through but few talk about: postpartum depression.
We're going to dive into the signs, share our own personal experiences, and discuss ways to cope with this challenging part of motherhood. So stay until the end because these tips are life-changing.
Hey guys, I'm Shanae.
And I'm Janae.
Also known as the NaeNaeTwins.
NaeNaeTwins.
Millennial Mothers is a space for moms like us navigating the ups and downs of motherhood while balancing careers, relationships, and everything in between.
We're here to share our journey, uplift each other, and create a community where moms can come as they are. So let's get into the 5 signs of postpartum depression. Sign number 1 is persistent sadness or hopelessness. And this is something that I felt the last couple of weeks. I want to say the last 2 weeks. I felt like super sad for no reason. And I was even crying. When I tell you I was bawling, I was like, why am I crying? Like this, I was trying to figure out different reasons of what it all can be. And I'm like, no, like my son
You
literally
usually don't.
yeah, I'm not really this emotional, and I'm like, am I pregnant? But then my son last week, he threw my phone and he basically cracked it and broke it, and I was like, oh, I don't really care about the phone that much, so it's not the phone. I'm like, what is it?
Yeah, I don't know. With my last 2 kids, I didn't experience postpartum depression like to the extent where I felt it this time with my 3rd child. I noticed that, and I think it was coming off of my birth control. You know how you have symptoms from your birth control, it can lead to depression.
Oh yes, yeah.
So I think that just like boosted it,
Yeah.
I guess you would say. So I don't want to blame it on the birth control because that's a
side effect.
thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a side effect. So that's definitely one of mine. I could definitely relate. We could both relate to that. And I just have 1 child. Let's move on to the second sign.
The second sign would be loss of interest in things that you used to enjoy. Do you feel like you lost some interest?
Now that sign, I don't think, no, because I just put myself more into work. One of the things that actually helped me was, and we'll get into this later, is dance. So last week I got up and I started dancing, and that really helped me. So I don't think that's one of the signs that I resonated with.
I don't think it's one of the signs either for me, because another hobby of mine is interior design, and I'm like diving into it right now. So
and it helps you.
Yeah, it helps me. So I definitely don't feel like I lost my interest. I feel like I'm more into it now.
Right.
So does that mean I have postpartum?
No, everybody's symptoms are different. Keep that in mind, that you're going to have different symptoms. It may not be all 5. It may just be 3 out of 5. But yeah.
Okay.
The third sign is difficulty bonding with your baby. And I definitely can resonate with that because sometimes I just sat there, like the last couple of weeks, I was just sitting there and I was just staring at him. And when he would like show me things, I'd be like, faking it. And I don't do it because like I don't want to connect with him. It was just, I felt myself, it was difficult.
Feel like you're up to it.
Yeah.
I think I can resonate with that one too. Because there are times when you have like low energy, I would say.
Right.
I would blame it on low energy, honestly.
Yeah.
The 4th one is extreme fatigue but difficulty sleeping.
That's me. All the way.
Sleep? Do you sleep?
So I don't go to sleep until like 3 a.m. Yeah, so I find it very difficult because I'm binge watching shows, I'm on my phone. It's like I can't go to sleep. So I just do those things and it's super hard.
I don't think I could relate to that one. I think I do feel like tired sometimes, but I don't have a problem knocking out.
So the last sign is feelings of guilt or worthlessness. And I definitely felt this one. I literally had to go in the park and just sit on the bench and just watch everybody go by, and I just because I wanted to clear my mind, and I felt worthlessness. Like that day, I felt like really unworthy, and I was just like very depressed. That's when I knew I was depressed, because I was sitting in the park. Like
who did that? I'm just kidding.
Like, who does that?
Kidding.
No, for real. I was just like, I don't do this. I don't do this. It's not a normal thing. So that's when I knew something was up.
I can relate to feeling guilty about things, like
Definitely.
how
Mom
we mentioned,
guilt.
yeah, mom guilt.
That's a real thing.
But I didn't know that was related to depression.
Yes.
So yeah, feeling mom guilt whenever I'm out and away from my child, or just not spending that quality time with them.
Right. Here are ways to treat your postpartum depression. Number 1, seeking therapy or counseling. I definitely have my therapy sessions weekly, and it helps so much. If you guys are against therapy, we highly recommend it.
Or another option, if you are against therapy, maybe having somebody that you can
confide in.
Yeah. Just that one person that you can like just vent to is a good idea too.
Which leads us into the second one. Talking to your partner or your support system, which I feel like Shanae is my
I feel like these little videos speaking about each other, because we learn stuff off of each other too. I mean, we learn things that we didn't hear about before when we're speaking to you guys. So.
Yes. And then we're also going through the same thing, so we can relate to each other, except for our partner can too, but they're not a woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a woman, so yeah.
And it feels good to just let it out.
Yeah. Taking time for self-care and not feeling guilty about it. That part. Speaking of self-care, we want to share a resource that helped us when we needed to focus on self-care and personal growth. Skillshare. It's an online learning platform with thousands of classes and everything from mindfulness and self-care to creative projects that you can do in your own time. Whether you need to unwind with a new hobby or develop some new skills for yourself, Skillshare is the perfect place to start. Click the link in our description to get a free trial and start exploring. Yeah, I feel guilty when I want my 30 minutes in my bath. I look forward to my bath time at night. Like,
my husband the other day was saying, "Why don't you go get your nails done on a regular? Why don't you go do this on a regular?" And I'm like,
routine, self-care routine.
Yeah,
that's what
I do. I do feel like a routine would help.
Yes,
because that's something that I'm lacking in. I would.
Right. Then the last tip, and this is the last resort. Consider medication or professional treatment, to where if it gets real bad, this is something that you can resort to.
So medication as in depression medication?
Yes, okay. Anxiety medication, because anxiety is another one. Like if you boost your anxiety, if it boosts your anxiety, you can take anxiety medication. I would say that's the last resort, because it's not healthy. That's my opinion. Having to take medication.
Or a
professional treatment.
Professional treatment would be like what? A massage?
A massage would be great.
I don't know.
Thanks for watching this episode of Millennial Mothers. Remember, no matter how tough it gets, you're not alone in this journey.
We're all in this together, learning, growing, and doing the best we can. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment and subscribe for more real talk and support.
And if this episode resonated with you, you'll love our video on Mom Confessions, where we open up even more about real challenges of motherhood. Watch that next, and we'll see you in the next one.